Hey everyone, today we talk about the end of programming as we know it. When I see top-tier programmers running 8 AI coding agents simultaneously to build software, I can't help but marvel at how these once revered masters have now truly attained divine capabilities. Forget the old image of a lone developer hunched over a glowing screen, the rhythmic clacking of a mechanical keyboard filling the silence. The new master is a conductor, a commander sitting in the cloud, perhaps using a tool like Cognition AI's Devin to manage multiple streams of development at once. Their screen isn't a single stream of code. It's a dashboard of 8 parallel windows, 8 distinct AI agents, each with its own task, its own mind. I saw a comment on Hacker News the other day from a user named sim_liss that perfectly captured this. My job isn't coding anymore. My job is specifying. I feel like a tech lead with a team of 5 infinitely fast, slightly crazy junior devs who never sleep. And when I say divine capabilities, I'm not just being dramatic. This is a physical reality. We're witnessing a fundamental shift from writing code to manifesting it. Like in the old myths, where a god would say, "Let there be light," and there was light, the top developer now thinks of a feature, describes it, and watches it come into existence. This isn't just a leap in productivity, it is a dimensional shift in human creativity. We're watching software engineering evolve from a labor-intensive craft to an intention-intensive art form. As one Redditor on r/programming put it, I used to wrestle with syntax, now I wrestle with intent. My brain is exhausted by the end of the day, but I've built a week's worth of features. It's a weird, exhilarating feeling. So what does this God mode actually look like in practice? Let's break down the idea of running 8 agents at once. These aren't just glorified autocomplete tools. Think of them as extensions of the programmer's will, each a specialist. Agent 1 is the architect, laying out the entire system blueprint based on a high-level conversation. Agent 2 takes that blueprint and builds the front end, what you and I actually see and click on. Agent 3 is busy writing the complex server logic in the background, while Agent 4 is a tireless QA tester, generating every possible test case to try and break the code. At the same time, Agent 5 is writing the documentation, 6 is auditing for security holes, and so on. The human in the chair is no longer the bricklayer, obsessing over every single line of code. They are now the orchestrator, the creator with 1,000 hands. Their core job is no longer execution, but high-level decision-making and composition. This new reality absolutely shatters the old rules of time and space in software. A project that would have taken a 10-person team 3 grueling months of meetings, arguments, and debugging can now be done, potentially, by one master in 3 days. This concept blows a famous principle called Brooks's Law right out of the water. Coined by Fred Brooks in his book The Mythical Man Month, Brooks's law states that adding manpower to a late software project makes it later because the communication overhead, the time spent getting everyone on the same page, explodes. 9 women can't make a baby in 1 month. But AI doesn't have that problem. These 8 agents share a single consciousness, the developers. There are no meetings, no misunderstandings, no context that needs to be synchronized. There is only the pure, focused act of creation. But here's the brutal, counterintuitive truth. If the AI is this powerful, shouldn't it make programming easier for everyone? The answer is a hard no. In fact, it makes the entry barrier higher than ever. Only a top-tier master, someone who deeply understands system architecture, logic, and the subtle art of software, can actually wield this power. At the World Government Summit in Dubai, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang argued that natural language will become the new programming interface, suggesting kids no longer need to learn to code because the programming language is human. But what this vision often omits, as a recent report by Reuters titled AI's Coding Revolution highlighted, is that while AI can generate code, only a skilled human can validate, secure, and integrate it effectively. If you don't know what you're doing, trying to conduct 8 AI agents is like trying to conduct a symphony of chainsaws. When those agents start to hallucinate, to produce flawed or conflicting code, a novice will just see a mess, a digital Tower of Babel collapsing in on itself. Only someone with deep experience has the judgment to act as the final arbiter, the one who corrects the AI's mistakes and steers the ship. This creates a terrifying class divide. AI is an amplifier. It doesn't make a bad programmer good. It makes a 60-point programmer a 0 because their low-level coding job is now automated. But it takes a 99-point programmer and turns them into a 10,000-point force of nature. This is the Matthew effect in its purest form. To those who have, more will be given. A recent analysis from Bloomberg pointed to a hollowing out of the tech industry, noting that demand for entry-level software roles has fallen by over 20% since 2023, while compensation for AI-augmented senior architects has skyrocketed. The marvel and awe we feel watching this happen is shadowed by the reality of a technical class system breaking apart. The ladder that junior developers used to climb is being pulled up permanently. This leads us to the new era of the one-person company. If one single individual armed with a legion of AI agents can do the work of an entire army of engineers, then the unicorn companies of tomorrow might just have one full-time employee. We're already seeing the green shoots of this. Think of Peter Levels, the solo founder of Nomad List, who used AI tools like GPT-4 for code generation and Midjourney for visuals to build and launch his photo AI product in a matter of weeks, a pace once unthinkable. This is a dimensional attack on traditional business models. When the cost to build complex software drops to near zero, the competitive advantage is no longer about who can build something, but about who has the most profound, most creative, most world-changing idea. And maybe that's the silver lining. When the drudgery is gone, when syntax errors and debugging and environment configurations are all handled by agents, the developer is finally truly free. They are liberated from the machine-like labor and can focus on what truly matters: the product, the user, the core human problems they want to solve. This divine power allows them to escape the digital factory floor and ascend to the role of pure thinker, pure creator. So we come back to where we started. These divine capabilities are here, and they are both awe-inspiring and deeply unsettling. We don't need to admire the programming masters of the old world anymore. The new masters aren't the people who write the code. They're the people who design the minds of the agents who write the code. The box has been opened, and in this new world, we each have a choice to make. We either learn how to command these 8 agents and become a god, or we accept our place on the ground and silently fade away in a war bought by titans.